Today I'm gonna make some Polish pierogies. I'm not really sure why I'm sliding. I'm actually getting kind of dirt. Alright, so the first thing you're gonna need is pot. I like to use this kind of pot. Oh. As you can see, the first accident has already happened. Making pierogies is no joke. The thing you're gonna want is some potato. Oh wait, they're not here. Put my potatoes into the fruit section of my fridge because this one's full. And you're gonna need onion too. This is another ingredient. You're gonna need some cream cheese. You're gonna need this later. So bring your pot over here. This is where you're gonna heat it up. Grab some salt and just pour some into the water. This is actually gonna get really exciting. The water's gonna get warmer and warmer, and eventually there'll be like little bubbles and things. It's really cool. I'm gonna have to peel some potatoes and then cut them over this pot into smaller pieces. Ouch. Well, let's not waste any time. While that's going on, we're gonna have to cut up some onions. I want these diced. The best part about cutting onions is that you get to clean out your eyes in the process.
I want to dice it, so what I'm gonna do is like cut these rows. So, but not all the way down. Oh, it's happening. It's happening! Oh no. Oh no. I can feel it. I can feel the burn. Gosh. This video's gonna get very depressing very fast. So that's step one of cutting an onion. You can do it, toughen up, hold the onion like this, and now do the same thing on the other side. And then I do this. All that onion, nice and cute. This last part, I just kind of hack away at it, kind of any old way. Usually by this point, I can't really see that well.
Alright, so the water's almost ready. Starting to boil, so now we're gonna have to turn it down a little bit. Yeah, boiling. So now you want to turn it down and I want to simmer it. I'm not really sure which one of these will simmer it, but I'm gonna make these go for about 20 minutes. 20 minutes sounds right. Okay, you can put a lid on this, but if you put a lid on it, that's just for stuff to wash later. I might need to cut up another onion. I'm really not looking forward to that. But next, grab a pan. Not really sure what oil to use with this. And I want to heat this up. I'm gonna put it on like medium high. If you get a little bit of skin inside of this, it's fine. You're already crying, so if you cut yourself, it really won't be any different. I've gone to the bathroom to cry about this like a little girl. Onion was really upsetting me. I do recommend wearing a lot of makeup whenever you're working with onions. I can do this. I'm going back. Okay. It appears that my oil has already heated up and it's close to setting itself on fire, which means it's ready for my onions. Throw your onions in there. Oh yeah. You want them to get to like an opaque color, I guess. I like them like a little bit burnt. Grab one of these things, and next we're gonna mash the potatoes. But grab a cream cheese. So now we're gonna mush this up. So to this mix, you're gonna want to add some salt. I'm not really sure how much. I just kind of dump it in my hand and just put in little by little and kind of taste test as I go. And pepper.
I just need like a little bit more cream cheese.
So I'm gonna put in more salt. I think it needs more pepper too. Okay, so it looks like the onions are pretty much done. I'm gonna try something this time that I never do normally. I just put this right into that potato mix. but this time I'm gonna blend them up a little bit. I've never actually used this thing, so hopefully I'm doing this right. Whenever in doubt, go ahead and just keep eating the filling. Because the more you have now, the less you're gonna have later. And you're also gonna be able to tell if you like it or not. It's time to get serious now. You may or may not have noticed, or you may not even care, but I do like to use organic ingredients wherever possible. Grab some water too. I do not like this part. It takes a really long time, and by the time you're done, you're gonna hate me, and you're gonna hate yourself for even trying this. So I'm gonna take out the flour in half-cup portions. There's a half a cup, 1 cup, 4 cups. If you're wondering, does this work with egg substitute? I don't know. All right, so break the egg. Just toss it in there. Pour some water in there. This is where it gets really fun. Just kind of do this. I think I should have went with 3 cups, but it's too late now. Everything's better with a dollop of daisy. I think this will give the dough more flavor. What we're making right now is the dough. Any excess, go ahead and get rid of it. It's a very precise process, as you can see. Like everything else in my life, in my videos, perfection is key. You want to get it to stick. So when it doesn't, this is where you just keep adding water.
Maybe a little bit more water. So once you're like really hating life because of what you're doing, you're on the right track to some good quality dough. Let me tell you, cleaning this cutting board afterwards is also a whole lot of fun. That's why I make pierogies once a year.
I think this is what we're looking for. I'm not positive, but it looks good to me, and it feels good too. So I actually do cut it into 2 sections, and one of them I'm going to put into a Ziploc so it doesn't dry out. This is a rolling pin. If you didn't hate yourself after the kneading, prepare to hate yourself now.
Roll, roll, roll your wood gently down the dough.
It's a little bit bigger than I expected, and if you're wondering how much the thickness should be, thick enough where you can put filling into it and then stick it into boiling water and hope it doesn't fall apart. We're gonna need a pot to boil these in. This is where I just like to take the biggest one. I'm just gonna use regular ice water because I need a lot of water. All right, got some water in there. Gonna put this on high because I want it to boil. And I'm gonna stick some oil in there because when I stick oil in there, the pierogies aren't gonna stick to each other. And I don't really remember if I used to put salt in here or not, but you know what? Why not? Alright, so for this next part, I guess you could cut squares, but I want my pierogies to be half round. So you can use a mug or glass, unless you have like a round cookie cutter. But I'm gonna use this. This is from that blender thing that I have. I don't really know what it's for, but today it's for cutting out circles in the dough. It's not really working that well. Maybe this cup will work better. My circle cutting is pretty much complete. Next, I'm gonna be taking this stuff, the filling, and putting like, I don't know, a tablespoon, well, we'll figure it out, like a tablespoon I think, into each one of these, closing it up and throwing it into some, well, it was boiling water, but I had to turn it down because I'm not ready yet. And then I'm gonna take, Yeah, I guess about a teaspoon, maybe not a tablespoon, maybe a teaspoon. Let's see if that works out. So I grab some water, I put it on my finger, and then I do this. Might be too much, but let's try anyways. And I try to seal it up like so. Don't want any potato in that seal or it will come apart. I might have put a little bit too much, but you get the point. Then I take a fork, and this is how I close it up. Go pierogi, and go ahead and hate life some more, cause you gotta do all of these. Water's boiling. I got about 15 of these ready to go, so I usually just take my hand and I toss them into the water. So I let them boil like this, and once they're coming up to the top, I still let them go for about a minute, sometimes two, then I scoop them out onto a plate. You can kind of see some of them are starting to float to the top. If they get stuck at the bottom, you can use this to kind of wedge it out of there, because they do stick to the pan sometimes. Even the oil doesn't always help. Alright, so I feel that these are done. They've been in there for about 5-6 minutes. Just take them out. It got really late that night. It's been a while. I actually ended up freezing these guys. So there was almost 70 pierogies. Polskie pierogi. So I sprayed them with a little bit of oil, put them into freezer bags, and then I froze them. So these have been reboiled. I just boiled some water, tossed these in there for like 3 minutes. Then I put some sour cream on here. Oh, that's really bright. Well, you saw the close-up. I put some sour cream on there and green onion, but chives would probably work better. But I'm not complaining. I strongly recommend taking 4 to 6 hours out of your day to make these. I give these 10 out of 10 stars. You guys gotta try this. It's a breeze. No effort at all. Alright, I gotta go make more of these.